Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another edition of Tales of a 40-Year-Old Fat Ass. My name is Brian. I am, of course, your host and resident fat ass. Today is March 10th, day 41 for me. And I'd just like to thank everybody for your warm wishes and your thoughts and some individual messages that I got last week on the passing of my friend Shane. Shane was 39, lost his battle with cancer after 3 years. Shane was somebody that I had known since probably second or third grade and one of my best friends in the world. And while today's video is not necessarily going to be funny, I mean, it'll have some humor, Shane is the central key point in this, and I'm going to explain why. Shane had a number of issues throughout life. He had juvenile diabetes as a child, got it very young, never complained about it. Got cancer, never complained about it. Doctors told him, start to get your affairs in order. There's nothing more we can do. Never complained about it. Never once complained about it. And when we would get together in the last few weeks of his life, I really wouldn't talk about it. If anything, we would joke around about it because I think he was tired of being handled with kid gloves. He had come to peace with the fact that he was going to be facing his mortality very, very soon. So how does this work in with weight loss? And I'll explain to you. I know for a fact, at least so he told me, that he saw a couple of the videos with his wife. He didn't have a Facebook, but he would kind of see things with his wife. And, you know, he thought what I was doing was great, as most people have said to me, you know, it's fantastic that you're doing this. And, you know, and I always have the default, you know, it's something that I need to do. But the ultimate test, unfortunately, is with his death. You know, it's nice that I can get up every day and it's nice that I can have, you know, a bar or what have you. But at the end of the day, you know, I hadn't really faced any adversity, unfortunately, until Shane passed. And that is, where do you go for your comfort? And for me, it's always been food. I would drown my sorrows in food. Now, I'm not going to tell you that last week was easy. I'm not going to tell you that I didn't have a little more whipped cream than I probably should have when I was eating my sugar-free Jell-O, or that I didn't have a little more PB2 than I probably should have had last week. But the fact of the matter is that I did not go off. I had to prove to myself that I'm able to get through a tragedy and not turn to food. And I was able to do that. I went to the gym. I tried to, you know, focus elsewhere. I tried to remember some good times and stuff like that. The thing that you have to remember is at the end of the day, we're human. I went out of program, but I didn't. And that is because when I did splurge, because I really felt the need to, because, you know, after all, it's only been 40 some days, I did it within program. I didn't go out and eat Ben and Jerry's. I didn't have, if any of you have been to a Shiva, a Jewish, you know, morning at someone's house, pardon me, all it is cookies and cake and all kinds of stuff that you want to drown your sorrows in. When my mom passed away 3 years ago, I would have given my kingdom for somebody to send sushi. But no, everybody sends, you know, incredible edibles, you know, the flower fruit stuff. And I myself brought a big tray of cookies. You know, they're all around you. And the fact of the matter is that I was able to get through a very trying time. And I don't want to turn this on me because it's not about me. But the fact of the matter is that we all have issues in our life that come up that are going to want to force us to go back to our food, to go back to where we are always. And I was able to get through that and not necessarily do it. And when I did it within the confines of what my program is supposed to be for right now. So I know that somewhere down the line when another tragedy happens or I face, you know, more adversity in my life, I'm not necessarily going to turn to the Ben and Jerry's anymore. I'm not necessarily going to drown my sorrows in cookies and other stuff and pizza and all the other stuff that I would have done before. It's a step. And at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's a step. But I want to share this with everybody before we end today. And that is that at the funeral, the eulogies by both of his brothers were just tremendous. But his brother Sean said the one thing that was amazing, and that is live your life without regret. You know, go in and do what you're going to do, because at the end of the day, you don't know how much time you have here. And really, your priorities start to change as you get older. So, you know what? When you have a bad day, it's okay to have a bad day. When you have those days when you end up going off program, the world's not going to end. You're going to get back up on the horse tomorrow. You're going to try again. And that's how you go. You know what? This is not necessarily the food that I always enjoy eating, but for right now, it's my life. And I know tomorrow is another day. And I know that if for whatever reason something happens tomorrow and I end up getting into a pint of Ben & Jerry's, tomorrow will suck and Wednesday will start over again. But in the meantime, don't kick yourself too much. Life is there to live, no matter what shape you take right now. And as long as you are enjoying yourself and as long as you remember to have fun and laugh, because after all, this is all about laughter, I think you'll do okay. Tomorrow, of course, is weigh-in day and all kinds of stuff. I've got viewer email to talk about. I've got so many emails to catch up on. So thank you for understanding why we weren't here last week. Have a fantastic Monday. Please do not forget to take your daily intake of funny. It's what's going to help you get through the day. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow.